What is up, everyone? How's everyone doing? I think this is my first commentary of the year, so I know it was very late, but Happy New Year to everyone. Um, so basically, I thought let's get it rolling. Starting off the new year, I wanted to read a lot more books, and even near the latest months of last year, I was reading quite a lot as well. So I don't know. I thought, got my jobs coming up soon. What do you do when you're bored? Just read a book. And I personally, I'm reading like non-fiction, self-development books. Because why not? It's kind of weird because I'm kind of starting to get into it quite a lot. Like when I'm reading, when I go on the internet, it's like there's always these if you're looking up movies to watch, there's always these like top 10 movies to watch in horror, action movies. I'm starting to get into it in this whole books thing. I'm starting to like see all these books. I go to bookshops and I see, oh wow, I remember that book, that was on the top 10 list, or that's one of the best-selling books, whatever. Some books sold multi-million copies. So I'm getting into it one by one. I'm gonna hopefully try and go through each book, but I thought I'd talk a bit about this new book I'm reading right now. It's called Stop Thinking, Start Living by Richard Carlson. I haven't fully read it, but it's alright. It's an alright book. And there's a chapter throughout the book so far. I'm only on chapter 6 out of 19 chapters in total, but so far he's talking a lot about really just not thinking, just like not really. He's trying to say how your thoughts are not reality. Whatever's happened, you're thinking, and he kind of alludes to the fact that just constantly thinking about stuff is actually going to make you even more sad. So basically it's all about moving on, living in the present, looking to the future, which is good. I kind of do that a lot, like I really do. So I haven't really learned much about that, but what I have learned about a little bit is this chapter where, let me find it, it's about healthy functioning. Here we go. And then he kind of uses the term, is called healthy psychological functioning, or it's just called healthy functioning. And what he kind of talks about is everyone has that one thing that they've done, or just something that is just naturally within them, nothing external, always internal, that they can always think of doing if they're ever like sad, whatever. And he just says, look, there's nothing that influences you. It's just something that is just, you've just been born with. Ever since you were born, you've loved doing it. So for a lot of people, it could be like playing video games. It can be many different things, playing sports. Just like an activity, you can do that. Whilst you're doing that activity, you are not thinking about anything. And I think for me, it's kind of just walking, especially at night time. I can't walk during the day, but at night time, yeah, that's my jam. So basically, yeah, man, just kind of just doing that kind of stuff, doing these different activities, and by doing so, you're not going to be thinking, which I thought was alright. But I think, yeah, man, that's just kind of a tiny little bit of a glimpse of one of the chapters in the book. So I thought it was quite cool. But I kind of want to go and switch it a bit. So when I'm reading the books, it's kind of weird because if I have to, I will read in my house. But I'm starting to realise that I have to go to like a library to read. I don't know, man, something about going to a library and just getting your book out, there's no distractions whatsoever, and it's kind of bad because really I should be trying to train myself to like just fully just be able to read whenever. It's kind of the whole point of like meditating. If you have to like meditate, if you have to go to like the quietest place in the world on the top of a mountain, then really it's not that good because you have a lot of expectations to fulfill. But if you can meditate wherever, well, you've literally unlocked the golden key, I guess, because you can literally get in a peaceful mind whenever. So for me, that's kind of something that I've been doing. If I want to read a book, I'll walk it to a place and just read, which is not bad, but it's something I'm looking to change a little bit. But yeah. So what else can we talk about? We could talk about New Year's resolutions, I guess. So I kind of, at the start of the year, it was actually on the 20. No, it was, I think it was on literally the 31st of December 2021. I made a vision board, and yeah, man, you can mock me, I don't care, but I made it, and it's got random stuff in it. But for this vision board, I made it for 2022 specifically. So one thing I do have is just a vision board about all the macro things I want to have in the future, all these stupid stuff. But a lot of that stuff, it's just when it happens, but it's not really like it's just, there's no real pathway to lead to that. So I thought, do you know what, this year let's actually do a vision board that is for 2022 specifically, and let's make just micro achievements that will ultimately lead to me taking off the other stuff on my big vision board, like the big dreams kind of stuff. So I'll give you an example. On my big vision board, I literally have like something about being like in a big movies, whatever, or just doing acting. So I have that, but in my vision board I've done for this year, for 2022, I've literally got some micro things, like I want to become an extra for a movie. I want to at least audition for just one role. I don't have to get it, just let me audition for it, and all these things. I think it should be good, and I'm actually starting to tick off it. Like recently I got offered a role to be an extra in this movie, so that's ticked off. And yeah, man, it's weird, like this whole kind of vision board thing, and there's a lot of hate towards it, a lot of skepticism, and I do believe it. I do think sometimes that it's a bit of a cult. It's a bit ridiculous sometimes, but fam, sometimes it has come true, man. Like some of the shit I've manifested, I'm like, shit. Sometimes you have these things where, you might think of someone, and then as soon as you think of them, you get like a message from them. Weird stuff like that. And it's funny because I started to read a book called The Secrets. If you know, it came out like ages ago, back in I think 2003, but mega famous book, kind of controversial, but it just talks about how literally if you believe, if you think, if you manifest, if you just really, really think of your ambitions, anything is possible. And I think in some sense it sounded a bit ridiculous when I was reading it, but I don't know, man, like my kind of point of view is it's a bit weird, whatever, but I mean, look, there's not much effort needed, first of all, and then if it does come true, I mean, that's sick. It's like, what's the real downside of like doing this whole vision board thing, manifesting? I just feel like there's no real downside at all. Maybe you could, maybe the downside could be if you don't achieve it, you might get sad. I don't know, but it's a bit mad. So I don't really know what to talk about. Like, do you know what? I think I'm actually going to do another commentary today, or sometime this week, because I kind of feel a bit bad. Like I was going to do the whole make a video every week, and I didn't, because as soon as Christmas hit, it was like, oh, well, then I got lazy. Yeah. Oh, I could say one thing actually. Some movies I've been watching. Do you know what? I think genuinely this movie might be my favourite movie of all time, or joint favourite so far. La La Land, with Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone. So good. I would admit, the first 20 minutes or so was really I just didn't vibe with it, man. It was really really girly, theatrical kind of stuff, and nothing wrong with that, but for me, I'm not really interested in that kind of stuff. So when it came to the proper storyline, it really just so good, man. And the ending as well, I'm not going to spoil it, but it's not like a stereotypical ending, which I thought was sick. So that movie was good. And it's weird because I'm actually starting to get into the whole movie director thing now. I feel like I'm starting to slowly transition into a bit of a movie buff, even though I don't watch a lot of movies. But it's funny because I'll be looking up directors now, and then the guy who directed La La Land, I watched his movie Whiplash, which Whiplash is a. So let me give you a bit of a story. La La Land is a major box office movie, but you have to realise the director had, I think his name was Damien Chazelle. I might be wrong, but he had a massive budget, so obviously you can do really big stuff with that. But the reason why he got this role of directing this movie is because a year before he made a movie called he made a proof of concept called Whiplash, which is basically a movie about some drummer who has some really awful instructor, whatever. But it was only a 20-minute proof of concept, so it wasn't even a fully created movie. And then he must have showed off to some directors or bigwigs in the industry, and then boom, he got the budget to make the movie properly, like the whole 2-hour box office movie. And I think the budget was like $4 million, and then they managed to get in like $45 million, so it was a massive hit. And then when he did that, he kind of got the whole backing. We can give this guy some big cash to do a big movie like La La Land. And now he's kind of created himself to be a really big director in the movie industry. So that was cool. And then it was funny because when I saw that and I saw Whiplash, I'm like, yo man, I want to make my own movie. So I did. I was writing a movie script because why not? And then I realised it was a bit tough. I wrote like I'm on maybe 20 pages of the movie script, but it's not much vision. Like it's just kind of blurting at the moment. And then my sister told me, I said to her, yo, I want to be in movies now. I want to make movies. I want to direct, whatever. She's like, okay, well, why don't you make a 16-20 minute movie and then put it on YouTube just so you can get yourself out there. So then I was like, shit, that was smart. So then I thought, let me do that. So currently I'm just on and off, very sporadic. I'm just trying to write a script for like a 20-minute movie, and you'd think it'd be like not that many pages, but damn, I'm like on like the 16th page, and I'm maybe like 5 or 4, like 3 minutes in. I'm like, shit, man, it's gonna be a long script, but it's fun. So I put that. I think that's on my movie. I think that's on my vision board as well, to do the whole. Oh yeah, I want to write one movie script. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes, man. But yeah, man, this is a weird commentary, but I don't know what to talk about. Like, yeah, I think that's going to be it. I'm going to wrap up with this one. But you know what? I think I'm going to make another video. If you have any ideas of what kind of topics you want me to discuss, I mean, no offense, but like, I'm probably not going to do it. I've said it many times. I don't want likes. I don't want subscribers. I literally don't want this channel to be big, because this isn't meant to be like a big channel. This is meant to be something that I can just do if I'm bored. It's like almost journaling. I don't know, but if you have any ideas or want to chat shit below, do it. But yeah, catch you later. Deuces.